Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Alice. We talk about books. We sometimes do some lifestyle vlog content. So if you're looking for someone to stick on in the background whilst you make yourself a meal, clean your room, or do that thing you've been putting off for the longest time, then I'm your gal. So consider hitting that subscribe button. Come on in, join the family. It is free and you can unsubscribe at any time. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for your continued support. Let's get on with today's video. So again, I don't really know what my hair is doing, so you're just gonna have to bear with that. Today, guys, we're gonna be talking about something very serious. If you haven't already read the title because you were just so excited to click on this video, then today we're gonna be talking about, I've had my first DNF, guys. Or I don't even know if I'm using that correctly. This is the first time I've ever DNF'd a book. And honestly, I'm kind of freaking out. I don't know what to do about it. Let's talk about it, all right? I started reading it and honestly, I'm kind of mad at myself because I do have a 50-page rule and I couldn't even get to the 50-page rule. I'm on page 18, chapter 3, and I don't have a drive to it. Like, I started reading my next book for the October challenge and literally instantly I was like sucked in. 50 pages in, we're done, amazing. Whereas this, I felt like I was reading, I wasn't getting anywhere, I wasn't enjoying it. And I don't understand why, because I've only read 18 pages and a lot has happened, but also main story hasn't even happened. So I don't really know what's going on there, guys. So has anyone read this and had the same experience? My first question to you is, should I go back and try again? Maybe now's just not the right time, I don't know. I don't know if it's because the book I read before you was quite intense. I don't know whether I needed something like a little less intense afterwards. I don't know, there's just certain things. For example, right, it starts off and they move into a place called Nine Skeleton Place. And I just think that sounds really cringy because I feel like it's a wordplay on skeleton, because plot spoiler, definitely didn't see it from the cover, but they find some skeletons in the back garden and I don't know, something about that is just not sitting right with me. And I don't know, you know, sometimes when you start reading you have an instant connection with the characters and sometimes you're just like, and I feel like so far, again, it's been 3 chapters, but the main female protagonist, I'm not really connecting with her. I feel like she's a bit jarring, but then she hasn't really done anything. So this is my issue right now. So basically today, my plan is to talk about what I think I should do next in terms of this book. And also we're going to look at some other people's opinions because maybe I just need a little bit of reinvigoration on it. So if you have read this book, let me know down in the comments below and let me know if I should go back and read it. Is it worth it? Is it not? Now, my thoughts on how DNFing should go, because I have never done this. We did speak about this in my reading tag thingy video, but I did have one non-fiction book that I stopped reading, but I came back. It's never like a DNF, it was just I don't have time right now, and then I just forgot about it. So there was no intention there, whereas this I'm intentionally being like, respectfully, no. But I don't know, because like the concept sounds really good, and from the main standard reviews, everyone's been saying it's got a good plot twist and it's all interesting and fun, but it just feels like a lot, and it's like 405 pages, and that's not that long, but in the grand scheme of things it kind of is. Like, it is a bit of a commitment. Like, this isn't a book that I necessarily are just going to be able to read in one day, because I don't have the time right now to just sit down and read a 400-page book. I don't know what it is. It's just there's a lot of resistance there. There's just a lot of resistance there, and it's a shame because I feel like it could be something really enjoyable. But also, the other thing I have to think about is that this just might not be a part of the genre that I enjoy. So I'm still getting into thrillers, I'm still getting into mysteries and stuff like that, and I'm figuring out what I like. So maybe this kind of mystery or thriller, let's say, because I think it is a thriller, right? Maybe this is just not the one that works too well with me. So again, definitely should probably given it more than 18 pages, but you know, I'm happy to just take that on the chin, you know, little slap on the wrist, naughty. But I just feel like, look, everyone's sort of saying like grippy, twisting, hold your breath, tense. This is Claire Douglas's best book yet. It's a Sunday Times bestseller. Readers rate 5 stars. Fantastic read. Like, I'm just not getting that, and I think that's okay, you know. I think that you're not going to click with every book that every person clicks with, right? Because everyone's got different things that they look for in a book. Everyone's got different things that they enjoy. So this just might not be for me, and that's okay. And I want you to feel like that's okay too, because I'm literally exposing myself right now that I've only read 18 pages of the book, and I'm like, yeah, not really feeling it, guys. So, you know, you're allowed to do that as well. You're allowed to have your own opinions. I mean, every part of me wants to just be like, suck it up and read it because it feels good. But I don't know. And so now fill me in, guys, if you've DNF'd something. So what's the DNF etiquette? Do I just put it down and never touch it again? Do I pass it on to someone else? Is it okay if maybe I just look up the twist and then I'll know? Maybe I just look up the plot spoiler so I don't have to read the book, because and that kind of feels like cheating. But that's what I do with horror films, right? I cannot watch horror films. I cannot watch horror for a number of reasons. I can't take the suspense. I can't take the jump scares. I can't take too much gore. I can't take supernatural. So there's literally nothing in the horror genre that I can really get behind. So my closest I can get to it is a thriller, right? I either get some of my good friends that do love horror to explain me the plot start to finish and tell me what happens, or I do sometimes look them up on plot spoilers because I think the concepts of them are really good, but if I haven't got the visual imagery there, I don't get as sort of scared by it, you know? So I feel like I like to know, because I like to be able to just be a part of conversations, you know? So like, if someone was talking about that film, I wouldn't necessarily be like, oh yeah, and then that's so cool that happened and all of that. But I would know what's going on when they're talking about it, and I just kind of like that. So should I do that for this? Is that appropriate? The problem is I don't really know anyone that's going to talk about this, so maybe that's just for the sake of my own head. It just, do you know what I mean? Like, it just looks intimidating. Don't know how else to describe it to you guys, but I'm feeling a little bit down in the dumps about it, to be honest, because I would like to give every book a go. And so maybe what I'll do is I'll give myself a reset period of like a few weeks. I'll read a couple more books that are different genres to this, and then we'll try one more time. And then if we can't do it, we'll come back and we'll say, look, can't do it. Let's look up the plot. I think that's a fair judgment. Don't you? Do you agree? Let me know in the comments down below. Right, anyway, let's have a little look what other people have to say about this book. Obviously, we're going to try and avoid plot spoilers at all costs. Dented laptops out, gotta be done. One day I will tell you about them, but as always, today is not that day. Sorry guys, but we've got Goodreads up and we are ready to go. Right, here we go. So it's had 63,000 ratings, so almost 64,000, and it has 5,000 reviews. So it's not that red. It's not as red as well, it is red, but it's not as red as I thought it was. Like, I thought it was going to be over 100,000 ratings. But obviously, you know, some people do read it and don't put their entire life on Goodreads, so it probably has, but I feel like it should have a little bit more. But yeah, honestly, it's that skeleton place. If something cringes me out, that's it, I'm done. So anyway, so it has a 4.07 stars rating, so that is quite high. Thriller is one of the genres that people tend to be a bit harsher in, because there's so many good thrillers out there and so many classics that I think people are a little bit harsher on the rating, let's say, but you know, justified. I think it just depends how you rate your books, but I think typically thriller readers are a little bit more ruthless, let's say, when they come to rating the books, because I think that genre is quite exciting and quite on the edge, and if you've read like some amazing thrillers, I think the ones that aren't amazing really stick out. Yeah, 4.07 is still pretty good, especially considering what I just said about the thriller genre. Good job. So it's only got 500 one-star reviews, so a lot of people have actually said about the DNF. So a lot of people on the 1-star are having a similar version to me. I think they've got a little bit further along, but a lot of people have said that they DNF'd it, or it took them a long time to read and they're kind of glad that they finished it, not glad of reading it. So that's fair enough. Okay, it makes me feel not alone. But let's look at the 5-star ones, because I feel like we need like a little bit of a pick me up. So a lot of people are saying that the book is very well thought out. Lots of people have said they really were there feeling it. There's a lot of twistiness in it, definitely emotional and gripping. Okay, so a lot of people have given 5 stars to this book. Also a fan of Claire Douglas's book, so it could also be something to do with how she writes. That's how they like it. Could not put it down. Lifelike characters, so many twists and plots. Slow burn. Wow, kept you guessing till the end. Reminded me I don't read enough thrillers. Sucked in. A lot of people are definitely here for it. Now finally, let's look at 4 stars, because 4 stars is the highest, obviously, because that's what our average is. There's not much difference. It's 27,000 4 stars and 21,000 5 stars, so it's quite high. See, when I picked up this book, I thought this looks like a book I'm going to give like 3 stars to, which is not always the best attitude to go in with, because I feel like maybe that put you off a little bit, you know. I feel like you want to be excited. I mean, and that's not to say like a 3-star book is still a really good book, but I don't know, maybe I just wasn't in the right headspace. So the 4 stars are sort of the general consensus that it is good, it's slow in some places. Has reading these reviews made me want to read this book more? Not particularly, to be honest. And I am leaning on the just want to look at what's happened. Now the thing is that I'm page 18 in, and I feel like I can already guess some of the things that could happen, and I also don't like that because it feels like setup is too early, and it might not be the case. I might be wrong. Like I said, I'd have to go and look at the actual plot, but there are a few things that I just think, oh gosh, this is definitely going to go this way, isn't it? And that is a shame. But anyway, nonetheless, we have DNF this at page 18, which is not good, but it's fine. So let me know if I should come back to this. It feels weird. I feel like I'm giving up, but also you can't force it, right? What's the point of me trying to force myself? And maybe this is where I've gone wrong before, where I should have done this with other books. But what's the point of me trying to force this, spending over a month reading it, delaying me reading anything else, and then be like, why did I read that anyway? Do you know what I mean? So that's my thought process behind it. Don't judge me. It's okay to DNF books, okay? So we are officially putting it back on the shelf. Sorry guys. It's back on the shelf. And that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's just a sit down, chill chat talking about DNFing a book. So hopefully that was so riveting and exciting for you. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. Have you subscribed? Thank you very much, and as always, until the next one, I'll see you then. Bye. Zoomies. I'm so sorry.